Hail, fellow adventurers, and welcome to episode 18 of Holy Rollerz, a 4th edition D&D clerical campaign where each of the characters can channel divinity and a full-blown holy war might break out within the party at any minute. Welcome, everyone who is joining us or who is watching us on YouTube. Hey, Poinketh, how are you doing? We love looking forward to your comments. Can't wait. And hello and hail to anyone else who is joining us. So, now for a bit of lore. Anduriel has been ordered by his shadow to reform the United Coalition of Fates, and Morokhan has been given a vision in which he saw the coalition battling an army of devils in the streets of the city of Horta. With different clerics arriving in Winterrun, it has become clear the gods wish an alliance of sorts among their followers. The original coalition was formed in the city of Valoria in response to a demonic plague that was sweeping the Eastlands. Valoria was chosen as its hub because of the centrality of its location on the eastern continent and because of its neutral status in regional politics. Ruled over by the benevolent tyrant, the Archmage Verald Vanguard, Valoria welcomed the coalition, the increased trade that it brought, and the notoriety that the frontier city had never had before. The leader of the coalition previously was known as the Lord or Lady Voice, a title which fell to the druidess Jasmine. Lady Jasmine and High Lord Verald had an understanding that neither would interfere with the other's rulership, but both would come to the other's defense in case of conflict. Both the coalition and Valoria profited from the arrangement, but neither could prevent the disaster that came. Valoria and Coalition Keep were destroyed when an army of demons and devils poured forth from several gates that opened in the sky. The invading army of the lower plains staged a two-pronged attack, both in the city proper and a few miles north at Coalition Keep, preventing either from coming to the other aid. Now, that being understood, Verald the Archmage of Valoria escaped with several hundred refugees through an active portal. There are rumors that several members of the coalition's leaders escaped also, but if so, none have surfaced in the last 7 years. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the state of where the coalition left off in my campaign world. And now for a little recap. Last time on Holy Rollerz, the party convinced Brother Ferrante and Sister Contratia that the Chapel of Bestera was no longer safe for them. After packing up possessions and sacred relics from the church that could not be left behind, the clerics boarded a horse-led wagon for the Rose Garden Tavern. Along the way, Lachlan questioned Morokhan about his life and the vision that led him to Winterrun, and he asked him to breathe fire for his amusement. Also on the ride, Anduriel and Morokhan chose to express their differences in faith by sniping at one another, calling each other names, and even dropping a "your mother" joke. Dealing with gentlemen and full-grown adults here. Once at the Rose Garden Tavern, Madame Dimitri agreed to shelter the clerics of Bestera while the party journeyed to the estate of Winterrun's resident wizardess, Lysinopril. Upon reaching the estate, the party discovered the building was completely covered in moss and hanging ivy, so much so that no discernible entrance could be spotted. What could be seen was a blue-skinned male fey creature, a she, standing on the bridge over a small stream running by the estate. He asked the party if they were there to accept a covenant of blood for power, indicating a stone altar behind him. Gizik really wanted to accept the bargain, but when their answers seemed inconsistent, the she-male called to his friend, a siren named Sargassa. The siren attempted to charm Lachlan with her song, and combat ensued. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we left off. And so, we are right smack dab, my friends, in the middle of combat. And Lachlan, it is your turn. Lachlan, you are boy in a mess. You are right between two pixies that I believe have been carving you up like Thanksgiving turkey, and you're prone, my friend. So what would you like to do in response?
He's still sitting down, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on his bum. He is prone. And so what would you like to do, Lachlan? You want to maybe have a conversation with the pixies about Fey rights, or I don't know, discuss
perhaps a song?
To discuss the Tinkerbell movie, that maybe ask if they've seen it?
You're no help.
I'm the DM. I'm exactly the opposite. At least in combat.
All right, I am going to stand up. And
All right.
I'm going to...
That's a good start.
Stand up. Bard pride.
Bard pride.
Okay.
I'm going to use blunder on the Pixie 2.
Okay.
What is his will?
What is Pixie 2's will? Well, each of the Pixies' will is 14, my friend.
All right. Well, I rolled a 15 plus 7, so let's see. He's going to take 11 points of damage.
He dies.
Oh, he dies.
He dies. So, how do you, since you're the one manipulating Pixie number 2, would you like to explain how this poor little green leaf robed Pixie flying through the air, coming at you with a knife, giggling, meets his hand?
Well, Lachlan is attempting to get him away from him, and he's just overwhelmed with charm. His head pretty much just pops.
Okay.
And it's as surprising to Lachlan as I'm sure it is to the Pixie.
Okay. So, Lachlan, you start playing your yarding, and you pluck out a little tune on the yarding, and that Pixie changes his flight pattern, starts flying around, and goes, and lands headfirst into a rock and right there on the floor in front of you. And the other Pixie goes, it's a just tiny little squeaking noise, and looks up at you like, ah! And that, my friend, is your move and your standard. Anything you want to do for your minor?
Yeah, I'm going to use Majestic Word on myself.
Oh, really? Do you give yourself a pep talk?
I do, yeah.
What do you say?
I sing the I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me song.
Yes. Works every time.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay.
So it also allows me to slide myself 2 squares.
Okay.
But those bushes are mean bushes.
Mm-hmm.
They are.
They are
If
grabby.
you remember, those bushes are mean bushes, and the water is giving off steam and burns like acid.
They're
I
like
think-
those trees from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, I don't think we're in Kansas.
You got whomping willows all around you, my friend, except they're bushes.
Why don't you just slide me into right between Moroccan and Gizik?
Okay. Oh,
N15.
I can't think of a snugglier place that you could wind up than between Moroccan and Gizik. That's awesome.
Lachlan sandwich.
He steps
Okay.
between them, and it's like, ooh,
Okay. So, Lachlan,
I'm not
you
sure if there's
power-
room between us.
What was that, Ben?
It's warm there.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one. All right, Lachlan, my friend, that is your turn. Anduriel, it is your turn, my friend.
I'm still divisible
You are still divisible by sight.
by none because I'm in. Okay.
Yeah,
Anywho,
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that.
Let's not try that.
Okay. So the siren is on her fountain still, even though she's not in the water anymore.
Yep, she is 8 squares above you, standing on a geyser.
So how is it possible for me to attack her? I can't really, right? Because I can't reach up there.
Nope.
So I am going to go find someone else to attack. If I move, even though I'm right next to her, will she take an attack of opportunity because I'm invisible?
She can't take an attack of opportunity 8 squares away from you.
I want to make sure I had my T's
Yeah.
crossed and my I's
Good.
crossed.
Good question. If she can take an attack of opportunity 8 squares away from you in the sky, you better run. Because she's probably hiding other abilities.
She is way above our pay grade, gentlemen.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm a run. I'm a run out of here.
Okay.
Let's see here. I was gonna go up to, because my speed 6. I'm gonna try and jump the river again
Okay.
and land in L5. So it's a run, and so that's my move and my standard action, I guess.
Yep. That's your move and your standard if you're going to do that.
That's what I'm gonna do.
if you want to make a melee basic attack, you can. I will let you do that on a jump, but you're going to need a high roll to be able to pull it off. So first of all, let's see if you succeed in jumping the 2 squares you need to. With a running start, you divide. Is it by 4, Ryan? Is that correct? Okay, by 5. Oh, Ryan, your sound just cut out.
It's divided by 5.
Okay. All right, make an athletics
Whatever
check.
I roll,
Andrew.
divided by 5.
Yep, make an athletics check divided by 5.
Okay.
That's the number of squares you
can. I do
jump.
acrobatics instead?
You can do acrobatics.
Okay. Ooh. So that is 15.
So divided by 5 is 3 squares. You can jump over. So you can successfully.
Plus 9. So I should have added 15. Because I have a plus 9 from acrobatics.
Oh, okay. So not 15. So 24. Okay. Divided by 5 is 4. So you can jump. So you can land right in 5K is where you want it to be.
4. Yeah. 5K. Yep.
Yep. All right. You land right in front of the pixie, and Anduriel, he hears you land. You land gracefully. You vault, leap up, flip in the air, with a caramel macchiato in your hand through the drive-through, and you land on your feet. The pixie hears you because you're not moving silently. So he's like, ah!
Okay.
But he can't see you.
Melee basic. So that is 10 plus 7, 17.
17. And that is going to be a hit.
All right.
What did he do to you? Jeez.
He existed.
Poor little Faye.
Poor guy.
The real question is, what did he do to me?
He cut you up like he carved you like Thanksgiving.
And that wasn't cool, man.
No, man. It's messed up.
So it's 12 damage to that guy.
All right. Oh, he loves you.
And I'm going to use Blade of Nightmares. So the enemy is immobilized till end.
All right, Anduriel, you come leaping over, and the pixie has a tiny body, so how do you strike at him? What are you trying to do?
Well, it's the kukri, right? And so Anduriel, after he comes out of the flip, he comes with his kukri and comes down like that and sort of tries to pin the pixie to the ground.
Oh,
top like that.
Mean.
Looks like it's successful.
Yeah.
Because he is, yeah.
All right. So, Anduriel, you leap over and you pin that pixie right to the floor with your kukri, and it's like, ah! And blood squirting everywhere, and the other pixie goes, oh, like giggling, but also going, ow, that looks like it hurt. And that's your move and your standard. Do you have a minor action you want to use, Anduriel? Have you used Healing Word yet?
I have not used Healing Word.
Do you want to? Do you need to?
I'm okay, I think. We'll see how the reaction goes.
Okay. All right, you're okay, you think. Sounds like a plan.
I'm okay, I think.
Anduriel, that is your turn. Anything else you want to do with your minor, or are you good?
Nope, that's good. Thank you.
All right, well, now, my friend, it is the pixie. And yowzer, the pixie. Well, he's kind of afraid of you because you have him pinned to the floor. And so he is going to use his obscuring dust and he blows it in your face. So he grabs a little pouch of pixie dust and blows it right in your face, Anduriel. And
does that mean Anduriel can fly now?
It's not that kind of pixie dust. Picture more the Willow kind of pixie dust, where it's a nasty magical effect that happens. Also, I don't think Anduriel has the happy thought.
I was gonna say he'd struggle. He'd be like,
like there was this one kill that was really satisfying. Anyway, all right, Anduriel, I need you to make a perception check.
All right.
You only have to beat a 12, my friend. Are you trained in perception?
Yeah, +8. So I rolled a 12. I have a +8. We're good.
All right. So he blows this dust in your eyes, but you lift up your hand and you bat it aside. And the goal was for him to become invisible to you. And unfortunately, you can see right where he is pinned under your kukri. And he's a little bit panicked. The other pixie is going to come around to the other side, Anduriel. That pixie flies around and is hovering in the air in square 6L. And he is going to try to stab you. And he only got an 11, Anduriel, which I don't think meets your AC, does it?
No, it does not.
All right, so he moves around to 6L, right, flanking, which is nice. Flanking bonus, but he still does not hit you. So he flies around you and tries to stab you or cut your throat, and you just you're pinning with the kukri, but you take your cloak and you whap the pixie in the face with your cloak, and he's like, oh, he's kind of careening in the air. And now they're both reconsidering, maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe this is something that we shouldn't have done. And so that is what will happen there. Alrighty. And now the she male, the blue-skinned fey male, he appears because his invisibility from his pixie form only lasts until the beginning of his next turn. So he appears in square 7V, and he is visible to everyone. And Anduriel, you are just making a nuisance of yourself. So very much so. But Lachlan, Gizik, and Morokhan, you guys are just standing around there like... Yeah, you guys are just standing around there like waiting to get a fireball
just
on you.
Watching.
Yep.
So he is going to... Let's see how far. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, he can drop it right on all three of you. It's a party. You're going to love this. All right, he is going to use Music of the Maelstrom. And unfortunately for you guys, this is his daily attack. What are your reflexes?
12.
Woo! Lachlan.
16.
All right.
15.
Wait, but I have a +1 to defenses, so it's a 17.
Okay, so hit. Lachlan, he missed you, you lucky moose.
By 1, right?
Okay, Morokhan, no. He missed by a lot more than 1.
1 would have been awesome.
1 would have been good. Morokhan, what is your reflex, my friend?
15. 1, 5.
Okay. And Morokhan, unfortunately, he got you by a whole lot.
Ooh.
Okay. Ouch. Morokhan and Gizik, you both take 15 points of damage.
Wow.
You are knocked prone and immobilized, and you have to make a swim check each round, or you are going to begin drowning. So here's what he does. He pulls out those panpipes again, and he starts playing a really, really haunting tune, and the water bubbles up from the lake, and it starts drifting around you, and you're like, and it's going slowly, so you're thinking, I'll just move. And then it just gushes out of the stream, and it pours over you, and it starts moving like a whirlwind, like a maelstrom of water in the air. So Gizik, Lachlan, you duck and you avoid it. Morokhan and Gizik, you're like, ah! You're caught up in this maelstrom. The water is all up in your mouth and your grill, and you're drowning. And Morokhan, what are you down to?
That would be -3.
Morokhan has
So
fallen.
that's a problem.
Well, it is a problem, but in a party of clerics, it's never too much of a problem. So keep that in mind. Gizik, what are you
Here's
down
hoping.
I'm down to 18 right now.
Okay, and that is Mr. She-Friend's turn. I do not believe he finds it expedient to do anything else particularly to you.
I think that was plenty.
Are you sure?
I mean, good grief.
Yeah, no kidding.
He
All right.
dropped a dragon.
He is going to actually play another little ditty on his pipe, and he is going to teleport to square T1.
In the
he's
water?
Yep, he's in the water. So he vanishes in kind of a gout of water, rises up out of the ground and swallows him, and it drops back to the ground and he's gone. But that same gout appears up in the stream upward. He does not want to be targeted by the three of you. And then Anduriel, he is looking at you thinking, first we take out the vampire, and so he's no longer really within range of you guys, but he is within range of them. Okay, Morokhan, my friend, it is your turn. You need to make a death save. So roll the 1 die 20.
You could do it.
Okay.
Roll the 1 die 20. You need a 10 or over.
Oh,
wait,
well, that's
am I
nice.
doing that right? What is the death save, Ryan? I forget. Remind me.
10. Yeah,
10?
10 or more. If
10
you
or
roll a
more.
natural 20, you can spend a healing surge.
Yeah, roll a 20. Or yeah, just do it.
Just good.
Oh,
Right,
do you?
let's do this.
Well, go ahead and roll first. See if it matters.
10.
10. Okay. All right. So you have not slipped closer to death. However, you have another problem. You're caught up in this maelstrom and you are drowning, and there is not much you can do about that. So, Morokhan, you do slip one step closer to death. If somebody doesn't do something within 2 rounds, you are going to drown in the maelstrom.
Can I make a saving throw at least, or was
To
that my
get
saving
out?
throw?
Well, you could if
Yeah.
you were conscious, my friend, but unfortunately,
Well,
because you're not conscious, you can't make a swim check to get out of this. Well, actually, the swim check is to stay above the water. The save is to get out of this. And Jeffrey, don't you laugh at Jeffrey? You're laughing at his misfortune.
I'm
You are
stuck here too.
you
Although
are
I'm
stuck in
wondering
that maelstrom.
if I become insubstantial, will I just escape?
Yes, it's a physical force. Unless, of
you would
course,
figure that the 2 biggest guys in the party ended up getting caught in this water.
well, it's ugly. You're both knocked prone, immobilized, and you're swirling the toilet. Let me put it that way. So, and I'm not enjoying this at all. I would like to point
Not
out.
to put too fine a point on it, but you're swirling the toilet.
I'm sorrowful over your fate. That's, in fact, when I designed this monster, I was feeling guilty the entire time. I promise. Okay, moving on. That would have been Morokhan's turn. Gizik, it's your turn. First things first. Make a swim check.
All right. Let's see. 18.
That is more than enough. So, Gizik, you are able to stay above the water. However, you are prone and immobilized. Save ends.
But I also have a pixie flying next to me in 016, right?
You know what? You do have a pixie flying next to you. That's correct, in 016. And he is laughing hysterically and pointing at you three. Lachlan, he can't see that you ducked out the side. You're at the base of the maelstrom. But he's looking at you and he's like, ah!
I reach up and I grab him
Oh, mean.
and I say, Sigrun, give me the strength of my enemy. And I turn insubstantial and move right where he's at.
Are you trying? Do you have to make an attack roll to possess him?
To possess him, yes, not to become insubstantial and enter his square.
That's correct. All right, so Gizik, you drop right into insubstantial form, and the water moves through you. So go ahead. His will is... What is his will? His will is 14, my friend.
All right, so that's a 16. Oh, -2 because I'm prone, I guess. So just barely a hit.
Okay, that's barely hit, but you did hit.
So
You
now
have
he's dominated
possessed-
and possessed, yes.
All right.
Okay, and I steal a healing surge from him and spend it immediately.
Good plan.
Oh, yay. Thank you for taking out another pixie.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
still
he
here.
will.
Maybe a hag, but she got some sweet powers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, worshipping a hag really has to get you something. Otherwise, why would anyone do it?
Gotta be some positive.
There's always a plus side.
So I've escaped from that
There's the
effect. It's not
powers
like
in
an area effect that if I walk into that area, I'll be stuck again?
If you want, no. Nope.
Okay, cool.
You can move freely in the squares. The water. However, Morocon is like this great big golden goldfish that someone has flushed down a toilet, making circles. Every now and again, you catch sight of a tail or his head pops out as he circles in this maelstrom of water.
My tail just barely misses Lachlan every time I make a revolution.
Okay. Thump, thump. Okay, very nice. Okay.
Well, I think that's it for my turn. I'm kind of stuck in this guy, so.
All right, you're not going to do anything else? Do you want to bewitch someone with your minor?
I don't think I have anybody in range, do I?
Bewitch Morocon and move him out of the square.
You could do that.
Oh, I could. Right, because all I've done so far is an attack. Okay. I will try to do that. Bewitch Morocon.
Okay, I'm imposing a -2 because Morocon is unmoral conscious. Sorry, man. Sorry. Anybody who's watching this video, I apologize for the puns. I don't know what's gotten into me tonight. It's one of those like, oops, we lost JT. I think I may have offended him. There he is. Okay,
and now everybody's in the wrong spot. Hold on.
Okay. JT, did you cancel out because I punned? Is that what you did? Was that a protest?
No.
Was that a passive aggressive? Moving on. Okay.
Sorry,
Alrighty.
Jeffrey. I won't do it again.
Morocon, what is your will -2?
My will -2 is 12.
All right, you need a 12, Jeffrey, to bewitch him.
Go Gizik.
It is not to be. I have a 10.
Dang it.
Oh.
Actually, worse than that, I rolled a natural 1.
Oh, no.
Members of our party, what's up now?
I could try again.
It's because he's
not
in a
on this-
pixie.
Not on this turn, you
I
can't.
could use my move action, right?
You moved to get into the pixie square.
So
That's
can
part
that
of
tiny
the
little
effect
pixie-
of the power.
Oh. Yes, you could try to bewitch him again. That's an at-will power.
All right. I won't
And
be
it is
able
a
to
minor
move him
action.
this turn, but I can try to bewitch him. So that's a 12.
Actually, wait. Rye, did we say bewitch could be used once per round?
I think we did. I
think we did,
I want to
yeah.
say. I want to say no, but I think we did.
You're
Yeah,
changing my
because I would
power?
have tried that. We've played several witches, and I would have definitely tried that by now. So unfortunately, no. But you could like clap for him with your move, or you could sing a very sad song. You could also yell out for someone to help the dead dragonborn.
All right. Well, maybe I'll put a note on this power saying it's once per round.
Are you going to do that with your move action? Put a note in your spell book. I was sure that I could do this more than
I mean, it does say like the
Dear
effects.
Diary. Yeah.
The things you can do with it are once per turn. It doesn't say anything about trying to bewitch somebody once per turn.
Yep, you can bewitch once per turn. It's an at-will, but usable once per turn, which is the case with most powers.
All right.
At least most attack powers. All right, anything else you're going to do with your movement?
Is that the case for most at-will attack powers?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't use like an action point and do the same at-will
If
attack?
you want to use an action point, you can do
No,
it.
I don't. I don't.
Like, sorry.
I'm not
It
good
wouldn't
enough for
be.
an action
It wouldn't be very useful anyway. Or
You're right. What good is an enormous dragonborn cleric monk?
no, it would be because if I can hit him with the action point,
Mm-hmm.
then I still have a move action that I could use as a minor to move him.
Yes.
It's okay. If you don't want to use your action point right now, because we still have a couple of major monsters to take care of, I may have a trick up my sleeve, at least to keep me going for one more round. If you want to end your turn and move on.
Then again,
to you,
if you
Jeffrey.
fail a death save and fail,
I won't fail a death save.
Oh, that's right. You won't. In fact, Morocon, you don't have to have failed the last one if you don't want to.
he
Oh.
didn't fail, did he?
Yes, he did.
I
I thought he failed
Well-
like the
Oh, no,
something
no,
with
wait.
the
Yeah,
water.
he got a 10.
no.
Yep.
I didn't fail the death save, but I did fail getting out of the water.
Yes, that's true.
Being unconscious, yes.
But yeah, unfortunately, that's very much what happened.
All
Okay.
right. Do you want to make me roll again then if I use the action point?
Go for it. Bewitch him.
You don't have to.
Well,
Okay.
yes, he does. You can't loan those out, dude.
That's a 22.
All right, you've bewitched him.
There you
I've
go.
bewitched him, and then I'm going to use my move as a minor and push him. Slide him. Where do you want to go? I'll slide you to 16K. So
Okay.
diagonal down to the left.
That is out of the water, yes.
All right, Morocon, he slides you out of the water. You are on the ground, and it's really pretty creepy watching Gizik do this.
Oh.
So Gizik, you lift up your hands to marionette him, and as you lift your hands, he's like, Morocon's like, "Rrr, rrr," and you direct him, and he starts like doing this violent swimming motion and comes out the side of the geyser. He's unconscious, so his head's out, but he's like swimming. It's really creepy.
I'm just
Wait,
sitting
what,
over there
pixie?
playing with my
Yes,
puppet
yes.
strings.
Would it be the pixie who was doing this stuff?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yes.
it would be the pixie that's doing this, actually, right?
Yes.
Creepy.
Yeah. Definitely magic that was taught to him by a hag. However, on the plus side, you're not drowning, so there's that.
That's almost like a double possession.
It is almost like a double possession. It's creepy. All right. Now, my friends, it is Sargassa's turn at the top of that geyser.
Thank
And
you, Gizik. I really appreciate it.
oh, she just doesn't like you.
I will spend an action point to keep somebody alive.
That's a noble thing. All right.
I don't
let's
have
see
any
if she
healing,
recharges. And she does not recharge her Song of Torment. She's
Okay.
already used Fury of the Ocean Waves.
She takes ongoing 5 from Swarm of Shadows till she saves.
Yep, I have that marked down. She takes ongoing 5 damage, which she doesn't like.
Well, she shouldn't have been so mean at the beginning.
Well, and she's not done being mean up on her safe little geyser either.
That's true. She's mean. We've been perfect gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, all of you. You've been everything by consent. What does she want to do to you? She has all of these lovely things that she can do. Oh, let's see. Have you bloodied her? Well, you've bloodied her, so she can use Song of the Seven Seas again. Well, Anduriel, how far away are you?
Far enough.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, Anduriel, you are 1 square too far away for her to do that to you.
Oh.
But you
Does
know
she
who
know that?
isn't? Is Lachlan. Oh, Lachlan. Lachlan, you're just within range. What's your will, Lachlan? Your will defense.
17.
17. All right. Tell you what, Lachlan, I'm gonna roll Wheeler Woe for you. How about that? Here we go. 17. Okay. She has a +7. Oh no. That's actually, she can't do that. That's a close burst 5. Lucky you. Nope. There's only one choice that she has. And that is she could lower her water spout so that she is able to move, and I think that's what she's going to do. So with her minor action, she lowers the water spout down to the ground, and she takes a move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, her speed is 6. So she's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, she moves over to square 8P. The siren does. She is now on the ground. Anduriel, that puts you within range of her Song of the Seven Seas again, which she recharged when she was bloodied. Anduriel, what is your will, my friend?
It is 20.
Is 20. All right, she needs a 13. And unfortunately for you, Anduriel, she got a 16. And so that means that you, my friend, have been pulled 3 squares into the water, and you are dominated. Save ends.
All right. So that's K7?
That is N8.
And 8 is not in
That's
the water.
not in the water.
No, she pulls you through the water.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And Anduriel, as you well know, that water is very unpleasant.
Of course.
Anduriel, what's your reflex?
My reflex is 16.
Okay. She only got a 14, so she pulls you through the water, but you manage to jump or hop quickly enough to not get burned.
Acrobatics.
So it's really disturbing, Anduriel. You know, she starts calling out this song. She's woo, you know, and all that good stuff. And she starts calling all that out. And you're like, stop. Oh, well, you know, that is a nice song. So you start walking away towards her. And then you hop into the water and you're like, it's hot, but I got to get over there because it's just a good song. And then you kind of stand there in front of her entranced, and it occurs to you that you really haven't gotten to know her very well. And so you feel like maybe now's the time to get to know her. And maybe if she asks you to do something, that she's got a really good reason for it. So it kind of makes sense to you. Now,
Right.
That being the case, Anduriel, she did just pull you away from 2 pixies. And those pixies are going to take attacks of opportunity because you just walked away from them. What is your AC, my friend?
20 right now.
20.
That's not considered forced movement. What she did?
You don't provoke an attack of opportunity for forced movement?
No,
Are you sure about that?
unless the power has to say specifically it provokes. The only power I know of that does that is command or cause fear.
Okay. Well, I designed this power, and I did not design it with that in mind. So we will go ahead. Anduriel, the superior knowledge of Ryan has so Anduriel, the pixies go to stab you, and Lachlan holds up a book and goes, wait!
Nope.
Wait! Point of order! Point of order! Okay. And,
Point of order. Point of order, I say.
okay. All right, very good. All right, and that would be Sargas's turn. Lachlan, my friend, it is your turn.
Oh, wait.
We're
She
so
needs to
lucky.
roll to save from Swarm of Shadows.
Yes.
So,
And unfortunately, she does roll to save Swarm of Shadows.
cool.
So no more swarming shadows bleeding.
Well, at least it's nice to know that one of the party is lucky, at least.
Yes.
Because it certainly isn't this one.
All right, I'm gonna start with a majestic word at Morocon.
Okay. Can you use that twice? With a high-
No, I used that last round, didn't I?
Yeah. Remember, you selfishly used it on yourself. So, unfortunately, on a hybrid cannot use the healing power, healing word, or majestic word more than once per encounter.
But I have another way to do it. Let's see.
I'm sure that Ben would love to know what the other way you have to do this is.
But I have to be adjacent to him, so I guess I will move over 1 square.
Okay.
That puts me next to him, right?
15L.
15L, yep.
All right.
And then I will use Spirit of Sacrifice. So it's a minor action. It's kind of like a lay on hands. I spend the surge, and he gets his surge value in hit points.
Okay. Lachlan, what does it look like when you cast this? What is it called?
Spirit of Sacrifice.
What does it look like when you cast Spirit of Sacrifice?
It's I picture him having a little bit of a momentary fatigue because it's drawing on his own life force,
Mhm.
but there's just a rosy glow around his hands, and wherever he touches, it just goes from him right into the body of the target.
So it's like it looks like a paladin's lay on hands. Then I would imagine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Morocon, you are conscious, awake,
Yay!
and on the floor, and you're very wet. I'd just like to point out.
Okay, and then, what's going on with Anduriel?
Anduriel has just been dominated. He is now standing next to the siren, reconsidering their relationship.
Is it a save ends thing?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then I'm going to use. Man, what a turn. I guess I won't attack this round.
Oh.
But I will use Divine Metal to give Anduriel a save with a bonus equal to 4. So he gets a +4 bonus to a save to end that.
Okay, now I've written down that you've already used Divine Metal.
I've used Virtue, but not Divine Metal.
Okay. All right, so Divine Metal, you grant Anduriel a saving throw. What does it look like when you grant Divine Metal? Do you play a song? Do you speak words? What do you do?
It's a prayer. No, it's definitely a prayer. It's like, oh, Sindel, don't let him attack us. Snap out of it.
Oh, Sindel, please don't let him attack us.
Please. So I just rolled the die 20 here.
Yep, you get a save, Anduriel.
How high do I have to get?
Well, it's a 10.
6?
Like any save.
I got a 5.
You got a what?
A 5.
What? Why?
Oh, but I can roll Memory of 1,000 Lifetimes and add 1 die 6 to that result.
Ah.
And you only need a 1.
And I got a 4.
All right. Very good. Anduriel, Lachlan says a prayer, and you feel divine power flood you, and you feel the gentlest breath of like a kiss on the cheek, and all of a sudden you feel affection for Sindel, and it overpowers your affection briefly for the siren, and you're like, Sindel is so much hotter. Like, what? And then that leaves you, and then you are looking at the siren who thinks that you're dominated, and you snap out of it.
Anduriel is really just torn this round, isn't he?
He is there. I mean, he's had his emotions have been played with a lot.
I got a lot to think about.
What's interesting too is it's Anduriel's turn, and the siren's 1 square away from her. From him, sorry.
This could be interesting.
All right. So Anduriel, she looks at you and she says, Anduriel, or she goes, Pale One, why don't you be a deer and go slit the bard's throat?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay then.
Alrighty.
I think that sounds good, and I'm not even dominated anymore.
Okay.
No, he's going to how about I tickle you with one of my blades? And he steps over into the square next to her, and he attacks with Inspire Fanaticism.
No, that's not, no!
So I don't know what her armor class is, but it's versus armor class.
Yes, her armor class is a lovely 18.
Oh, snap. I got a 17.
That'll do. You mean on the die? So more
on the die. So with the weapon bonus, it's, what is it, 21?
Yeah, you're more than good. Good enough.
Okay, cool.
Kind of damage does fanaticism do?
So it's 2 weapons plus 2 plus your bonus. And
so 2 die 6 plus 2 plus your damage bonus.
Yep. Oh, nice. That's 10, 15, 17.
Oh, she does not like that.
And I take half damage till end.
Very nice. Now, Anduriel, you don't. You said before that you don't glow with shadow energy when you do this one, right?
No, it's. He does start to like emit light, but it's sort of that muted, sort of less yellow, more kind of orange sunlight type stuff.
Okay. So strangely enough, Anduriel glows with some strange muted orange light, almost like sunlight, not quite the dazzling display that Morocon is capable of.
Yeah.
Reaches back and just stabs her in her side. She shrieks out in pain, Anduriel, and she says, "No, stupid mortal." She's like, "Not me, the bard."
Morocon cocks his head, a little confused and interested in what he's seeing from a vampire.
Okay. It is a little confusing. And now. Alrighty.
And it's not sparkling.
He's not sparkling. None of that.
Sparkles.
Okay. Well, it is the she's turn.
Out of curiosity, real quick, did you move Anduriel into 08? Is that where you're at now?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. The piper, the she piper has recharged Song of Death, unfortunately.
Out of curiosity, with the she, when he went invisible, did he escape both mine and Anduriel's?
Aura?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In fact, that was precisely the reason why he turned into a pixie, went invisible, and flew away from you because he didn't want to die. All right.
Well, that's unfortunate.
It is. So unfortunately, he has recharged Song of Death. And Anduriel, you are right there. Anduriel, he's going to use it on you, or at least he's going to try to. What is your fortitude, my friend?
Is he bloodied?
He is bloodied, I believe. Yes. No, he's not bloodied yet.
17.
Okay. He has a +8. He needs a 9 to get you. And unfortunately for you, Anduriel, he has rolled a 17.
Dang.
So he got you. This is going to hurt a lot. Oh, not all right. It could have been worse. Anduriel, you take 21 points of necrotic and psychic damage, and ongoing necrotic damage 5 as you begin to age prematurely and rot.
I actually resist necrotic.
You do,
5.
but you do not resist necrotic and psychic. And Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, you have to resist both of them if a power has got both types.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Your resistance will not come into play here, which stinks. If you also had psychic resistance, then you would be able to. So
My
you might
resistance is
consider
futile?
your. Okay. All right. So Anduriel, you take 21 points of damage, and you are aging prematurely. So kind of the horror of any undead creature is now playing out for you. You look down at your hands, and you feel weaker, and all of a sudden your hands and your arms become emaciated, your muscles sag, and your flesh begins to hang off of your face, and you feel yourself dying, a feeling not unlike or not unakin to the feeling you had when you returned. So it's pretty disconcerting to you to feel like you are in the clutches of death's power. In any case, each round you are going to have to make an endurance check, or you will be weakened. And any missed attack that you make right now will knock you prone. Okay. You are jacked up, my friend. So you need to save. You want to get rid of this, you need to save.
Inspire Fanaticism, where I take half damage. It's just from the person that I hit, right?
I am not sure about that. Rye, can you look that up for me on the character builder?
Sure can.
The power is Inspire Fanaticism. I don't think so. I think it's anything you take half damage from. Because the idea is that you are fanatically powerful. Like in your zeal and fervor, you are not noticing pain. I think so. So yeah, plan on that being half damage. Ooh, good move. Very nice. Good. Not 21, only 10 possibly. All right. Ryan, give me some good news here.
Yep, any damage sourced, including ongoing damage, until the end of your next turn.
Oh, congratulations.
And I had 5 temporary hit points.
So basically, you took 5 hit points of damage. But you don't feel good and you look ugly. I want to point that out.
Well, even
Weird
my
to get-
ugly is Gizik's beautiful.
Oh,
I'm
cruel.
not sure how to take that.
Well, it's out of character, so you almost can't respond, although you're free to make fun of him at any point. I would come back with something about sparkling. You know he hates it, but that's
It
me.
wasn't sparkling. We went over that already.
I know, but I feel like I've got to give him something here to and moving. Okay, all right. That was the she's turn. Now it is the pixie's turn, and Duriel, you've made quite a nuisance of yourself. So they are both going to turn invisible, and that's what they're going to do on their turn.
It's like everybody on this side of the river, get Anduriel.
That's kind of what's going on.
Makes sense.
You are making a nuisance of yourself. They feel the need to take you down.
Particularly now that he looks like a seasick crypt keeper.
Yes. Yeah. Very nicely done.
A glowing seasick.
Okay. Anduriel, you can hear flapping around you or buzzing, and you know the pixies are moving around you, but they're invisible, and that's their turn.
Pixie number 1's going to move over to L16
Okay.
and not do anything else.
That's the one that you've possessed,
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Okay. His movement happens on your turn, though, Gizik, just so you know. When you've dominated him and possessed him.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Basically, you have your turn in his body. That's really what's going on here. So you don't have to wait for his turn. It's not like that. And he also is really upset that you are inside of him, which is whoa. Okay, moving on. And that's the pixie. Morokhan, my friend. Morokhan, it's your turn. You get one.
So what? Hooray!
He's
So
alive.
what is my hit points now? Is it my surge value or
Your
is it
surge
surge-
value -3 because you were down to -3.
Right. Okay. So I am at
Or Lachlan, is it your surge value?
It's it's his surge value. I'm
Okay.
just the one who set the surge.
All right, your surge value
Okay.
-3. You have any means of healing yourself?
Oh, I do, and that is exactly what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Healing Word, which is a surge plus a 1d6 plus 3.
Okay, what does it look like when you cast Healing Surge? Or do you say a prayer or anything, or is it just...
Oh, I'm going to say a prayer
Okay.
because I'm pretty low
Okay.
and died and come back. So yeah, I'm going to say a prayer, and a nice dim glow from the heavens is going to shine on me.
Okay.
So I get
Your surge
a
value plus roll 1d6.
so a 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 11 is 18.
Very
So,
nice.
26.
So you're feeling much better.
Oh my gosh, right? Okay. So I'm kind of, I didn't really see what all happened before, except that there's a pixie that's like 2 squares away from me now.
Yeah. Well, you were conscious. Were you conscious for Gizik's turn?
I was not, because I missed my turn. It was my turn before him.
So the only enemy you can see in front of you, Morokhan, is the pixie, and Gizik has vanished.
Right.
So I just
So-
looked.
Is it?
Sorry, I just looked dominated up, and it does say that when you're dominated, you do the action on your turn.
Yeah.
So it would be on the pixie's turn still. The Dominator takes an action on the dominated's turn.
Yes, but this works a little bit differently. You can take your turn. The pixie doesn't get a turn. It's not like normal domination.
Okay, so when the power says the host is dominated, it's a special case. It's not really
this is a
dominated.
very special case. Yep, this is something that I designed. So you can take your turn on your turn, but you're taking it in the pixie's body. He doesn't get a turn. This isn't like normal domination. You have completely taken him over.
Okay.
If you want to jump in the river with
I'm gonna
him,
change it to possess then, because dominated doesn't really fit.
Nope, it's not quite dominated.
So where is that pixie then?
He is in square 16M.
Okay, so he is 2 squares away from me.
Not doing anything. Right next to Lachlan.
Alrighty.
I thought it was in 16-0.
Yeah, 16-0. 16M was the one that got killed.
Gotcha.
Right, but then he moved into 16.
Well, he couldn't move. He couldn't make that move.
No, I have to wait until
that's
my
right.
turn for that.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it is what it is. So yeah, I have come to, and I am confused by seeing a glowing seasick crypt keeper on the other side of the river, and Gizik is suddenly missing. There's a pixie that is dead, and another pixie that's standing next to a bush. So, if I were to do damage against this pixie, would it be doing damage against Gizik or just the pixie?
Nope, just the pixie.
Cool. Well, I'm going to move into N16.
Okay.
And I am... Oh, decisions.
Well,
What?
Morokhan, you have to get up first, my friend. You're on the ground.
Oh my gosh, that is correct.
So you could make a charge attack if you wanted. Otherwise, you'll have to do something else.
You know what? I am going to do that then. I will make a charge attack.
All right. Do any of your powers say that they can be used as a charge attack?
Oh, bummer. So it looks like it's just going to be a melee basic then.
Yes, but you can still use your monk ability, Fist of Stone, with a melee basic attack.
Oh, that's... I intend on doing that with every melee basic.
Okay, that sounds reasonable to me.
All right, so what is this pixie's AC? What do I need to hit?
Well, this pixie's AC would be 16, but I don't know if Gizik is going to move. Gizik, are you going to try not to get hit, or are you just going to let him whack the pixie?
If I try not to move, would that give him like a +2 on the attack?
I'll let him roll combat advantage, like greater combat advantage. He can roll the die 20 twice and take the hit.
Yeah, I'll take the hit.
Okay. I'll take the hit. Okay.
This can be pretty dead. I mean, it's a daily power, but it can be pretty deadly,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, yes, but here's the deal. If you had tried to do something suicidal, like if you tried to, like, I don't know, jump into the jaw of a dragon, you would grant the pixie a save. In that case, it works like domination. But if you just let him hit you once, that's not. I mean, that's not.
I'm not making him do anything. I'm just not really preventing things from happening.
That's true. Okay.
And maybe he still has a little bit of control and he'll try and flinch away, but not as effectively.
All right, Morokhan, you have greater combat advantage. Roll the die 20 twice and add your monk attack bonus.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well. Oh my goodness. A natural 20.
Ooh! Back it up, my friend.
And an 18.
All right, roll the 1 die 6. If you roll a 6 on the 1 die 6, it's an instant pixie squish kill. Is that a 6?
It is.
All right.
Okay.
Damn.
All right. So something like this, is it? What does it look like, Morokhan? How do you kill him?
So I've just come to, and that is the only remaining enemy that's near to me. So yeah, it's going to more or less be I'm going to raise both fists above my head and just basically Hulk smash this thing into the ground.
Okay. So Morokhan comes charging over and smashes the pixie. It slams into the ground, and he goes, squish, 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 squish. And there is pixie juice all over the grass. It's a horrible mess. And all of a sudden, Gizik materializes underneath you, Morocon.
Ah!
I can't go to an adjacent square when I do that.
Yes.
Well, you gotta
Where's
move
the
back
fun
to
in
your
that?
original.
You're still going to be beneath him. He's enormous. So what square do you come out, Gizik?
I'm gonna come out just north of him. N15.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to be quite shocked and surprised at this.
Okay, it's pretty disturbing as you squish this pixie and Gizik oozes out of it.
Because it's like, so that's what it feels like.
And
And you
He-
find
at
out
first-
that, yeah, I was there.
go ahead. Yeah, he oozes out like immaterial. Like Gizik, you look like is it mist that you look like when you go insubstantial?
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of
So-
like a green
Yellow.
shadowy mist.
All right, so you pound the pixie into like paste, and then green mist oozes out and coalesces into Gizik just one square away.
So essentially, I'm just going to be like, ah!
Hey, do you say anything to him when he oozes out,
Or
or is it just ah?
did I hurt you?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, Pixie's not.
Oh my!
I'm probably like 10 times the size of that pixie, but somehow I still fit inside.
Okay.
Outside of Lachlan, you're in a group full of weird people with weird powers.
Wait, what do you mean outside of Lachlan?
Lachlan is a human bard.
That's true. Only
guys-
Lachlan doesn't have the weird stuff going
Well,
on.
I guess
True.
he is psychic. That's kind of freaky, but
That is pretty weird.
You-
At least to
nobody
me.
can see it. So
Okay.
Sure, race class combination, pretty normal, but his behavior's pretty weird.
That's a fair point.
Okay.
not for a 19-year-old.
I don't
Very
find it all that strange.
All right, and Duriel, it is Sargassa's turn. And she wants no part of the wicked combat that is taking place here. So let's see, what can she do to you? Yeah, and Duriel, she just doesn't have. And she's going to try to finish you off. And Duriel, she draws a wicked-looking dagger from her belt, and your eyes are drawn to this thing immediately. It doesn't look like it's made of metal. The handle looks like it's made of some kind of bone, and the blade itself is one of those like curving little like knife-looking blades. But it also looks like it might be made of bone or shaped coral or something like that. And she says, well, you look like you're about on death's door anyway. Why don't you have a little taste of the Leviathan's tooth? And then she goes to make an attack on you. And Duriel, what is your AC?
She's bloodied.
She is bloodied and then some. She doesn't look like she could take too many more hits.
15.
Okay, unfortunately, she rolls an 18, and she hits you with the Leviathan's tooth. And
Doesn't sound good.
it's, well, she only rolled the one. All right. And Uriel, you take 18 points of damage, and you are knocked prone and pinned beneath an absolutely massive force. You feel like something has been dropped on top of you. And is crushing you into the ground. You are knocked prone and you are pinned under this force, and she leaves the dagger in you.
I
Anduriel,
still take
what's-
only half damage, so
What square are you in, Anduriel?
I am
Double check.
08.
That's what I thought. Okay, just checking. All right, you are pinned underneath this massive force, and she leaves the dagger in you. And you will need to save in order to get out from under it. But right now, you are absolutely flattened. You feel it's like whatever is on top of you is also crushing the ground around you. And this force actually knocks the pixie away from you. So that pixie is pushed into square 11M.
He was invisible, so that's good that he's gone.
And the other one is pushed northward into other square. Okay. Alrighty, and that is the case of that.
So
Right.
11M, and where's the other pixie?
Invisible. You don't know.
Okay.
But I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. And I'm doing a pretty good job tonight of that, so we're gonna
Well, I already died once tonight, so let's
You
avoid
did.
that.
Let's say you're in the process of killing me. Go ahead and tell me.
Yeah, sorry about that. So that is her turn. All right, back up to the top. Lachlan, it is your turn. Lachlan Dulé, it's your turn. Ryan Van Natter, who plays Lachlan Dulé, Paladin of Citadel, and Bard, it is your turn.
I know. I'm counting spaces here. See if I
Okay.
can get there.
We do love 4th edition.
I have an idea. So what if Lachlan tries to jump across the river, pushes the pixie into it, and then uses him as a stepping stone to get across to the other side?
It would be very magical, but he can't see the pixie. So, for all intents and purposes,
Even more magical.
yeah, it's even more magical.
Can Enduriel take a swipe at her?
No, he is flattened into the ground.
What kind of loser can't take a swipe even when he's flat?
Well, he's pinned to the floor.
Okay.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Only the best loser ever.
Oh, please say it out loud.
Really awesome losers.
All right. Well, I think I need to. I think I can jump across this water.
Okay. All right, make your jump check. You have plenty of room to get a running start. Athletic or acrobatics?
Athletics.
Okay.
That's a 28.
Divided by
So-
5 is... Okay.
5 squares. So yeah,
All right, that's more than enough.
it's an Olympian length of jump.
What square are you jumping into?
10.
Okay. Lachlan, you slam into an invisible force, and your jump is stopped at 11-0 in the water. And now, because you're in the water, I have to make a reflex attack on you. But I rolled a 2, so you're standing on some kind of a stone.
Jeez.
On where?
You are on square. Your movement was stopped at square 11-0. You slam into some kind of invisible force. The same invisible force, presumably, that is pinning Anduriel to the ground.
Oh, okay. So
Anduriel, you are pinned to the
moving
ground.
forward, even into a different square, it's still Medea's foot is on that whole area.
That's right.
Okay.
Medea's foot is all on top of him, and she's got corns and rubbing into his face.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna staggering note the siren.
Okay.
What's her will?
Her will is 16.
16. Well, that's a 20, dirty 20.
Okay.
So she's gonna take 6 points of thunder damage, and be pushed. I'm gonna push her to square S5.
Alrighty. All right, so Lachlan, you bang your sword on the rock that you're standing on, and you point it at her, and a sonic boom goes out of your sword and rocks her backwards. And and she doesn't like it. And she hisses at you. But Anduriel, she is now away from you, which is kind of a good thing, I suppose. All right, Lachlan, have you used your action point yet?
No.
You want to?
Not if I'm stuck here. I just can't think of what else I would do.
All right, well, you still have your minor. Would you like to berate Anduriel with your minor action or encourage him to get up?
I will. I will use bardic inspiration and give him some inspiration.
All right, Anduriel, you now have 1d6 that you can add to a roll if you need to, so it's almost like you have memory of 1,000 lifetimes again.
You can do it, Anduriel. Break free! Break free!
Okay. Okay, so Lachlan's on top of a rock, standing in the middle of that river going, freedom! Freedom!
Exactly.
Okay.
And Duriel eloquently responds,
Actually, he's going to sing Let It Go.
Okay. Oh, gee.
Let it go. Let him go.
Okay. And maybe that'll irritate him out of the square. Okay. Very good.
he tries to raise his hand and just...
Yeah. Okay.
Just doesn't
All right.
quite have the strength to lift that finger.
He does not. All right. Anduriel, my friend, it is your turn. You are prone, jacked up, and pinned, and just in a general bad way. It's not good. So
Okay, what to do first? I need to save against like 12 things.
yeah, you are knocked prone and you are pinned. So you need to save against that at the end of your turn.
Okay. I guess first and foremost, I'm going to use Healing Word
Good move.
on myself.
Okay. What does it look like?
Well, the glow that was on me is kind of, it diffuses to be overtaken kind of by shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And the shadow kind of takes place where the glowing was. All the edges that used to be a little bit shiny are now black with shadow.
Okay. All right, Anduriel, you take ongoing necrotic damage 5, but you actually don't. So the death effect would cause someone else to continue dying that's over you, but not you. So, all right, so Healing Word, that's your minor action. Is there anything else you want to do?
15. Sorry, I'm just counting my health. Well, that's pretty good. Okay. Well, I guess I need to try it. Well, I can't do anything. I'm flat as a pancake. So I need to try and stand up, which means I need to try and save, right?
Yep, the only thing you can do is save.
Okay.
You
Well,
can
here we
use your
go.
second wind.
Yes,
You need more healing.
You could use your standard action, Anduriel, to use your second wind and spend another surge.
No, I think I'm good. I was only taking half damage that whole time when I was getting rocked, so that
Okay.
helped mitigate some of that. So
All right, are you still injured?
yeah, I'm still missing hit points. I'm not full.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm just letting you know it might be a good unless you're out of surges. I don't know how many you have. You haven't fed during this encounter, right?
no, I haven't. And
So
I
you
gained. Well, no, I have 3 because I did do Blood Drinker once.
Okay.
Well, now
So
I have
you-
2 because I just used 1.
So you can't do anything else with your standard action. So using your second wind now, as opposed to instead of attacking later, might be a really good option.
Okay, that's a good point. I'm gonna do that. That's good
Okay.
job, guys.
It also gives you a +2 to all your defenses until the end of your next turn.
Which can come in handy at this
close
point.
to those two. That's going to be helpful.
Indeed.
All right, so what was I was rolling to save. Save. I got 15 on my dice to save.
Against which one? The death curse? Are you saving against the Song of Death, or are you saving against...
Song of Death first.
All right, so you are no longer taking ongoing damage, and you will not have to make endurance checks to be weakened.
I
All right,
look
you
up.
wanna-
I said, "I've been dead, son."
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Anduriel, your skin fills in again. The deathly pallor of gray and ugly is gone, and you're back to your beautiful vampiric sparkle.
So instead of looking
Glow.
like a
Glow, not
instead of looking like a pasty piece of leather, he just basically inflates a little bit more.
yes. So no more Crypt Keeper,
Thank you.
just more Edward Cullen. Not Edward Cullen.
No. gorgeous. I rolled an 8 for my save on the other thing.
Oh no, Medea still has her foot on you. Okay.
However, I'm going to
He
use
is
my 1
glimmering
dice
still.
But he's
Oh,
listen-
inspired. He's
I'm going to listen
inspired.
to the Bard song here. Let it
He-
go. And
he inspired now.
so that's +5. 13.
All right, Anduriel, you managed to break off and pull the dagger out.
Cow. I want to keep it.
Okay.
It looks like something you'd have.
Mm-hmm. When she was using it, I was like that lady on the Napoleon Dime. I was like, I want that.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, Anduriel, you pull out the Leviathan's tooth, and as you do, there is a sound of a deafening roar around you, and then the force lifts off of the area and you.
He just looks over at the siren. He's like, "Oh, darling, this has been so much fun."
Okay. All right, Anduriel,
And
that
smiles
is your
at her.
turn. It's not her turn yet. It's not her turn yet, but on her turn, I think she'll have a response for you. All right. It is the she's turn. What does he want to do? Well, first things first. Let's see if he recharges 1 with the current. He does not. So he will not be teleporting this round. Let's see if he recharges Song of Death. And he does not, which is very good for you. However, let's see. And he is going to move over to square Q1. Because otherwise he can't see you, Anduriel. And he
That
is...
put him in the river?
Yes, which has no effect on him. Anduriel, he is going to use Whimsical Melody and try to slide you. What's your will? You're cut out. Can't hear you, JT.
18.
18. All right, lucky for you, Anduriel, he only rolls a 13. So, or no, 12 even. So Anduriel, he plays a tune into the pipes, comes out from behind that little square of ruined ledge, and plays that pipe, those pan pipes, and you start to feel the melody attack your mind, but you were just dominated, and so you kind of just growl and shake it off and glare at him.
Perfect.
Unless you want to smile. It's up to you.
I don't spare a smile for him.
Okay, he didn't get a smile.
He didn't give me a sweet knife.
Okay. Well, and he won't be turning invisible.
Just wink at him.
All right.
I don't want to make him feel good.
All right. He looks at you. He looks at you, Anduriel, and with his minor action, he just goes, "Stupid beast, just get into the water." And he plays his tune. All right. Now it is the Pixie's turn. Anduriel, they are going to move to attack you.
Holy crap.
You've got...
We're working on it.
Unfortunately, they were too close. So a pixie appears in square 7N, and another one appears in square 9P. And they are going to try to cut you. And one of them missed with an 11. I'm assuming that does not beat your AC.
Correct.
And the other one missed with a 1. Oh, you are a lucky moose. They do 2d8 plus 10 when they hit, when you can't see them.
Holy cow.
So, and they have now both used their invisibility, which means they can't do it to you again.
You
So
are so lucky.
you had a lucky round.
So basically, he just like Neo, like the Matrix, like.
So after being flattened by that invisible force, yes, it is just all kinds of badness. All right, congratulations, Anduriel. Morocon, it's your turn, my friend.
Sweet. I need to jump across the river.
Yep. Make an athletics check.
Riverbend.
All right. Well, I have a +9 to athletics, so that's a D20, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I got a Dirty 20.
Okay, so divided by 5, you can jump 4 squares, which is more than enough to get you across. What square do you want to land in?
I want to land in P10.
Alrighty.
So I can take out that pixie.
Well, you've had success doing that today.
Well, I'm not afraid to do it again. Okay, so
Make me squish you again.
hooray!
Right.
I actually get to use an ability. Let's
Yay,
see.
no more melee basic, an actual ability.
Right? All right, so let's do.
What you talking about, Morocon? What you doing?
Go hit me again.
What is. I'm going to do 5 storms. What is this pixie's reflex?
His reflex is 16. It's actually his better defense for you. However, remember,
Of course it is.
if you don't hit, you can always switch it out.
Okay. All right, so I rolled a 15, but do I get any bonuses to that?
Yeah,
Where
you
is
add
that?
your monk attack bonus.
Okay, so 15 plus 5 is a dirty 20.
Yep.
All right, so there's that, and then a 1d8 bonus damage plus. Where are you?
Okay, now Morocon, before you do this, I want to point something out to you.
What's up?
This is a close burst 1. So if you were able to get between the pixies into square, I don't know. There's no way to do it. Never mind. I'm a liar pants.
Yeah, if I push Anduriel out of the way.
Yeah, if you want to push him with your attack instead and
I'm
save it.
sure it would break Morocon's heart to do that.
Yeah.
Right? That's okay.
Creepy zombie.
One pixie at a time. So 1d8 plus my monk attack bonus. So
All right, so 1d8 plus your monk damage bonus. Unless you'd rather use Eagle Claw Strike. Or have you already used that?
I haven't used anything yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, had fun.
Yeah. You know what?
Do you want to use
Why don't
one of
I
the... Yeah,
I'm going
or
to do
you-
Eagle Claw.
Or you can use Sacred Shielding or Avenging Flame. All 3 of those are melee attacks, so you're more than welcome.
Oh, I'm going to save my daily. I've got something special in mind for that.
All right.
And then, I'm going to use Eagle Claw Strike instead. So
All right, so
let's
roll
do-
2d8 then and add your monk damage bonus.
Bro.
So 5 plus 6,
11.
11 plus 5 is 16.
Okay, are you going to use Stone Fist?
Of course I am.
Okay, so 22 points of damage to pixie number 4. You squish him, Morocon.
He done died.
So what does it look like? How do you squish this one?
Well, I get to use Eagle Claw Strike for this, so essentially it's let's see. It's gonna be
You can
like
grab him if you want to. If it's Eagle Claw, you can grab him right out of the air.
no, it'll be there are many forms to Eagle Claw Strike, but I think for this it's going to look a little something like a Bruce Lee kind of
Okay. All right. So you drive your fist right through him, and he explodes in midair all over you and Anduriel. Anduriel, you are now covered in pixie guts. And so is Morocon. However, Morocon is shirtless, so I'm probably just going to wipe that off the scales. So anyway, congratulations. All right, Morocon, that's your move and your standard. Would you like to do anything for your minor? For instance, for your minor action, you could breathe fire on Anduriel, and you could hit the pixie, but you'd hit Anduriel too.
Yeah, I'm not going to be that inconsiderate at this time.
But can't you do radiant damage?
You mean, can he use True Light of the Everfire?
Well, like with his breath weapon, doesn't it do radiant damage?
His breath weapon. Well, you haven't seen him use it yet, so you don't know.
I thought we saw him trap when we were traveling, or did he not? Did he not?
I
decide
didn't.
to-
He did not
I didn't do
oblige.
that.
No,
in the fire?
declined.
Okay.
He declined to be your own personal little dragonborn monkey puppet.
To breathe fire in a wooden wagon.
Yeah, you turned to him and you said, "Daddy, do the roar." And he's like, "No." Okay. Morocon, you still have a minor action. You can't channel divinity anymore. Unfortunately, you stopped channeling that when you went into the water. But
Yeah, that's okay. I think
say
for my
anything?
minor action, I'm going to clean myself off from the pixie dust. I'll just.
all right, squish. All right, very good. Gizik, my friend, it's your turnic.
All right. I will move over onto the bridge and then hop off and charge over to pixie number 3.
All righty. Tell me what square you want to end up in.
I'm N8, I think should work, right?
All right. Yep. So you are right next to poor Anduriel on the Florial.
Yep, I'm right
Not
next
on the
to it.
floor anymore.
You're what?
Not on the floor anymore.
You're not on the floor anymore. Sorry.
Say he's not prone
But
anymore.
I've spent some time there.
All right, so that's a 28 on the attack roll.
Okay, that will hit. What are you attacking with?
Barely.
It's melee basic, it's a charge.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, so I guess that's a 29. I forgot the +1 from charging.
That does hit. The,
All right,
that does hit this poor
yeah.
little pixie who never did anything to anybody
7 damage.
except for when he cut Morocon a lot.
And I still haven't forgiven him for it.
Well, obviously not. You're like the pixie slayer today. So.
You should
Alrighty.
be one survivor just so they can tell the tale of the Pixie Bane.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, very good. So that would be all right. Anything you want to do with your minor? Do you want to try to bewitch him before you do this?
Then I wouldn't have Marocon bewitched anymore if I do that.
That's true.
Wait, I'm still bewitched?
Yeah,
Yes, but you
I can
don't
make
know
you
it.
dance.
Yeah.
I sense a minor action coming on.
Can you move me
Um,
closer to the siren so I don't have to move so much?
Yeah, I'll try and bewitch that pixie.
Okay.
Make Morocon do the boot scoot and boogie or something.
So that's a 18.
Okay, that hits. And
And since the charge,
if you want to keep it on Morocon, you can do the disco ball drops, and all of a sudden it's like as the running man.
all right. So since I charged, I technically would have had to do that before I charged.
Yes, but that's fine. I don't mind it. When you attack something, it's natural for you as breathing to bewitch it. So I don't mind.
All right.
I don't mind retroing that.
In that case, I'm going to give him a vulnerability 2 and add
Okay.
another 2 damage.
All right. This pixie is considering other career options at this point.
Too late.
His mom warned him that if he went to pixie school, that he'd have a career and he wouldn't wind up working for some fey thug. But he didn't do it. The quick cash and the easy money was just too alluring. And now he's working for a siren and a she and getting squished by a giant dragonborn.
Typical Pixie.
Yeah, just typical. Actually, that's pixiest. We here at Holy Rollers do not endorse any kind of opinion that pigeonholes the Fae into. Moving on. Okay. Alrighty, it is the siren's turn, and she is just beat to crap. She is beat to crap, and Lachlan messed with her, and Duriel, Gizik, and Morocon are all in play. So, she hates you guys. And she cannot use Song of the Seven Seas again. All right, she takes a run action twice and jumps into the stream and is gone.
No.
So
Gizik, you
before
were
she
supposed
goes,
to move me next to her so I can take an attack of opportunity.
all right, she looks back. She goes running around there, and as she runs, she goes, "Bindlesticks! It isn't worth it, darling. Back to the coast!" And she leaps into the water, leaving one pixie, and the she warrior. So, back to the top, Lachlan.
And she gone.
Okay, I'm gonna spend my minor action making fun of his name.
Yeah.
Bindlesticks. Bindlesticks.
Bindlesticks, that's his name.
To be fair, Morokon's gonna chuckle a little bit at that too.
Okay.
That's something my grandma would have said when she hit her hand with a hammer or something.
Okay, Lachlan, are you really doing this?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so you do that, and he looks at you, and he looks insulted. I mean, like completely unexpected, and like he also looks like to someone like him, it's worth being insulted in the middle of battle. And he looks at you, and he's like, "What?" Not his turn yet, though. What else do you want to do?
And Duriel gives Lachlan bones. He's like, up top.
All right,
Lachlan.
I'm gonna move right above Enduriel into P7.
All right.
And then I'm going to try and hit the pixie with a staggering note.
Okay.
What's the pixie's will? 14?
That not 14. Is that what you got?
No, I'm saying I thought that's what it was.
I thought the pixie's
no,
will
it
were-
is 14. Yeah, sorry, it's his reflex is 60. Yeah, 14.
Okay. Well, I got a 25, so that should be sufficient.
All right.
So he's going to take 6 points of thunder damage,
All right.
and I'm going to allow Enduriel to make. I'll take the melee basic attack myself.
Oh, all right then.
I'm gonna take the melee basic attack, and that's a 21 versus AC.
Hit.
Okay, so he'll take an additional.
You killed him.
Oh, okay.
Although if you'd like to roll, Jeff does. So if you want to see like just how bad it was, but
It was 11.
Must
Okay.
count the damage.
So,
all right, Lachlan, how do you finish off this pixie?
so he comes up, slams his sword in, and the staggering note's about to blast him back. And right before he two hands it with the sword and just Babe Ruth that pixie right across the stream.
So you hit him with the flat of your blade. You don't even cut him.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Bam! And then
If you're Babe Ruth, do you call which side of the field you're hitting your home run into first?
no, and then he
He hit
just
him
turns
toward
back
the
over
sheep.
and he's just like kind of puts his hand on his knee and is laughing at Bindlesticks. Bindlesticks.
Alrighty. And then there was one. Okay. And that is Enduriel's turn. Enduriel, my friend, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to try and jump the river again.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
Natural 20.
Okay. Where do you want to land?
On top of him.
No. I want to land next to the what is that, an altar or something over there?
Yeah.
I want to land next to that, and I want to see if there's. Didn't he say there was some item over there of power or something like that?
Okay. There, Enduriel, there are a number of assorted items on that altar. It's actually kind of a somewhat, macabre little scenario. And if you give me just 1 second to bring up something, I can tell you.
Are you in L1 or L2?
L2. No. K3. Right in front
Okay.
of the altar.
Okay. Just making
Okay.
sure everyone in the right square.
All right, so Anduriel, the first thing that you notice looking at this is that this altar is made of a solid block of stone, and it looks really, really old. And what you see on there, there is a bottle of wine, and it looks to be an expensive vintage. The bottle is nice. It doesn't look fey per se, but you see it's kind of the kind of packaging you might find in a winery of the Adari Republic. So it definitely looks like Adari packaging, but it's a nice wine. Looks like it's old, hasn't been opened, very well sealed. You also see a little crystal vial, and on the crystal vial, it's the word "tears" is etched into the crystal, like it's been scratched in. And you see a couple of sheets of music, and there is a cup, a golden-looking chalice filled with what is definitely blood.
Well, that's fascinating.
He's thirsty.
It is. And Anduriel,
Drink it.
against all expectations and odds, because you've seen the cup has been out in plain view for a while. The blood seems fresh.
Anduriel
He's even
Anduriel
more
is
thirsty now.
intrigued by items of power. He pockets the vial.
The vial of tears?
Yeah.
Or the cup. Okay.
The vial of tears and the gold cup. Just because he
You're gonna
doesn't want...
pocket the cup filled with blood. You're gonna try to put in your
Oh, sorry. I thought that was a different...
Anduriel, you get a wash of warm liquid down your crotch.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was the empty one.
Okay.
No.
Woo! There's a party in somebody's.
I want to do a perception check on the cup to see if I can notice anything like dark or dangerous or
Right.
Whatever.
Go for it.
Roll the 2.
Anduriel, you are absolutely positive that this is not just blood, it's cheese also. It is liquid nacho cheese mixed in with blood, and you suspect that it's a preservative, but you also are really, really strangely drawn to it. You get the sense if you stay by the cup that you are going to have a really hard time not drinking it. Like you might not be able to control yourself.
Or dip some Tostitos in it.
Or that.
Salsa.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not 19, so he's not just going to act on impulse and drink the blood.
Okay.
He's been around the block.
Are you sure? Because I'm reasonably sure that Poinketh, who is going to comment on this later, wants you to drink the blood. So Poink, tell us, do you want him to drink the blood? Like,
All right. He's going to drink the blood and say, "For Poinketh!"
okay. You're not, are you? Or are you?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's drink the blood.
All right.
Oh man,
Oh,
a little bit jealous
Anduriel,
here.
you leap over with a move action. With your minor action, you inspect, and with your standard action, you drink the blood.
Bottoms up.
Anduriel, you are just overwhelmed as you drink this blood by the power that accompanies it. You are filled with feelings of rage and passion and feelings of the desire to kill and to harm, and but also the other extremes of passion, the desire for romance, to sate carnal pleasures.
Where's the siren?
And and also the desire to dance and to sing almost overcomes you.
so he just became Lachlan's best friend.
Convert number 1,
I
baby.
turn to Lachlan, a tear rolls down my cheek. I understand, brother.
Okay.
He may still stab you though.
All right.
I'm angry.
All right, Anduriel, you can feel that something has profoundly changed within you. But you also feel more powerful. How that may manifest later on is questionable. We'll see.
Now I pocket the goblet.
Okay. And you pocket that golden goblet. Okay.
That's it.
All right. That's Anduriel's turn. Now it is the she's turn. He laughs in such a mocking, loud, satisfied way. and he goes roaring, laughing. You drink the blood, and he looks at you and he goes, "Excellent!" Looks at you, and he says, "Magnificent, magnificent, magnificent." Okay, and then he says, "We'll be in touch." And he turns around and jumps into the river and is gone. Now, I will also mention...
Dang it, Anduriel, what did you do?
The stream that he jumped into and the stream that the siren jumped into, it's deep enough to where you might be waist length, but or waist deep in this water. But for them to have like leaped in and be swimming, it doesn't seem like it would really contain or conceal them. Diving, you'd land on your head. So it's questionable what he leaped into. But he leaps into the water and he's gone. And that brings our combat to a close. And moments later, after his departure, the water itself calms down, stops flowing so quickly, and the plants that were undulating and moving, like the Whomping Willow, all of the bushes, the plants, the trees, they all settle as well. And an eerie silence just kind of settles in over the garden in front of the estate.
So the bushes aren't handsy anymore?
No, the bushes are not handsy anymore.
I want the bottle of wine.
You want the bottle of wine? Okay. All right, Lachlan, do you come charging over and grab the bottle of wine?
I walk over. He's just astounded that Anduriel drank from the goblet.
And
he's like,
blood, though. I mean, is it
What
that
did you
surprising?
do, Ray?
Okay, Anduriel, Lachlan comes near you, and you have an overwhelming urge to hurt him. So far, nothing has changed.
Does he say, "What did you do?"
What did you do, Ray?
Okay.
We cross the streams.
Ray, what did you do?
He just says, "Quiet,
No.
whelp. What do you know?"
Oh,
He says, you drank it?
Obviously.
Why?
He still has a little bit, like, right here.
Yeah. Good stuff. This goblet represented great power. I desire power.
You know what they say about great power?
oh dear.
With great power
Comes your stupid.
So Lachlan's just standing there a little surprised. He's like, that was so rash. And then he just reaches over and, ooh, wine.
Oh, Lachlan. That was rash? More rash than trusting a giant lizard to join our group halfway through this? That is rash. Our whole group is rash. We needed allies. We need power. I just got us some power.
But at what cost?
You're right. Does this mean I don't look as delectable as I did before? Do you feel like permanently sated?
I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry.
Anduriel, you actually are hungry still,
I'm
surprisingly.
starving.
And as Lachlan comes closer to you, the closer he gets and the longer he stays there, the more tempted you are to bite him or cut him or just harm him, period. And it's not going away.
Oh. Well, then he sort of says, on an unrelated note, if you could back away a few paces, that would be helpful.
I will.
Now.
Okay. All right, Gizik, you come over to the altar also.
I do.
Moroccan?
I'm going to come over and look around at the altar, look at Anduriel, and is there any left?
I don't think so. Anduriel, you didn't leave a drop.
No. No, he didn't. I don't know. Is there anything else left on the altar?
There's the stone.
There's the Yeah, well, Gizik, if you want, you can make a knowledge arcana check to see if you can decipher some of these runes. I will give you, given that you are Fey yourself, and given that Elspeth, your mother, was a Fey creature, I will give you advantage, like greater advantage to the roll. So you can roll the die 20 twice.
All right, that's a 22.
Okay, Gizik, you the runes that you see all over this have the same meanings, but they're kind of like synonyms. They're runes that all indicate music, revelry, water, waves, the tides, and then death. The word death and symbols of death are kind of etched in around all of the other symbols. They kind of encircle them. So you get this whole idea of music and revelry and passion and tides, but death encircles each set of the ruins, almost as like death is the binding idea here. And Duriel, you probably recognize a few of the symbols for death also, although you may not recognize any of the others. Gizik, the altar itself looks very, very old, and you are reasonably sure that this is an altar that has been built to the Archfey, the Piper. He is called the Duke of Dismay. And you can tell the Piper is one of the Archfey that is closest to Aenea. He is a member of the rebel court of those Fey who claim that they saved Aenea. The Piper has power over birth and death, and supposedly during the Shattering Era, when the laws of nature were unraveling, he used his power over birth and death to both stem the tide of overpopulation in some areas and halt premature aging in others. He also has power over water, so when the seas began to heave themselves beyond their bounds, when Aenea fell out of the orbit with the moon or whatnot, he used his power over the water and over the ocean to be able to keep the coasts where they were. So the Piper is he accepts offerings of tears, and he accepts offerings of fine wines, songs about death and suffering, and whatnot. And
Yeah, I'll take the music too. I forgot there were sheets of music.
Oh, yeah.
That's a couple of songs to add to my my songbook.
okay.
So we're
Yeah.
basically coming up here and stealing all of the offerings to the Archfey.
That's pretty much what looks like it just happened.
Yes, yes.
Another thing that I will
I'm
tell
gonna
you about
step
the
back
Piper,
and leave the altar alone, I think.
it's quite a powerful thing. Another thing that I will tell you about the Piper is you've heard that he has a famous barge, a revelry barge, and supposedly he never leaves it. And in the Feywild near Aenea, he sails up and down the mournful coasts, and at night everybody retreats to the inside of his barge. The Piper emerges from his tent, and his song causes death and tidal waves to anyone who hears it. So, anyway,
How much of this will I know?
Well, he got a 22. You need at least 20 to know the basics about the Piper.
With an Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay. I actually got a 22 also.
Okay, so Lachlan, you identify the exact same things about the altar. You perhaps don't know quite as much detail as Gizik does, being that he was kind of weaned on lore of the Fae, but you know that this is an altar to the Piper. You know that he has power over death. You know about his revelry barge, that he never leaves, supposedly, and you know that his song causes death.
What would it take? Would I know what it would take to desecrate this altar?
To desecrate the altar?
Yeah.
You could cleanse the altar if you had the proper ritual, but to desecrate the altar, you could pour holy water on it. You could sanctify it with
Drink the wine and pee on it.
No, peeing could be suffering. No, if you sanctified it with holy water, it would probably wreck a lot of things. Also, if you covered it in symbols of life and rebirth and happiness, that would also desecrate the altar in the Piper's eyes.
Maybe sing a few of your favorite songs.
If you're happy and you know it, let's
He
trade it
hates
over.
that one. You do that, it'll crack right. The stone table will crack right down the middle. Okay.
It's a small world after all.
No, anything.
Um,
Oh, the references.
An
and
ode to
puns.
the
Okay.
the beauty of Sindel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
no. Lachlan, I say to the group, we should mess with this.
I'm going to chime in because I don't have any knowledge arcana, really.
Okay.
What is this?
Lachlan was very vocal. He'll pretty much just say what Matt just said.
Okay.
This
And
would
Duro just says, "Do whatever you'd like, Bard. Just do it quickly. We must see the wizard."
We're off to see the wizard.
Couldn't help it. Somebody had to. Okay. And that is where we will end for the night because we are at 10:30, and we are done. So thank you for those of you who are watching, and we will now have Consider This. It is JT's turn for Consider This. So JT, please take it away.
All right. So this week, I wanted to kind of have some consideration around something a little bit personal. This week, my grandfather passed away, and there tends to be, when something like this happens, there tends to be a little bit of sadness around that person being gone, and being gone forever. And so I want everyone to kind of consider this, that our loved ones who pass away, because of Jesus Christ, we're able to see them again, and we're able to maintain our family relationship with those people. While it still leaves a hole in our lives right now, there's something to look forward to, and we don't have to shut the door completely on those relationships. So there's hope. So if you're dealing with the loss of a loved one, just know that there's hope, and that it's not the end. There's a lot of quotes about death isn't the end; it's just the beginning, and those are fun quotes, but it's a reality. So take heart, take hope, and know that you'll see that person again. And so just consider that. It brings me a lot of comfort, and I hope it brings some people some comfort as well.
Anybody have anything they would like to add to that?
Yeah, I was at a funeral when I was younger, a lot younger, and I was just distraught off to the side, and I had an uncle pull me aside and more or less just basically said, if don't be sad that they're no longer around, be happy that they were around.
I think that's very, very good advice. I had I'm the youngest in my family, and I've had a lot of death in the family. I've seen a lot of death younger because of it. I've watched all of my grandparents die, and I have watched my aunt and my uncle pass away also, and various other people. So I've seen more than my fair share of death. My father has also passed away. And so having seen quite a bit of death, the other thing that I would point out or say is, which is just a nice thought, is I know that a lot of people in the D&D community do not come from happy homes, and there's a lot of sadness. I know, people like Holly Conrad have talked about abuse in the home very openly. And so I know that brings a lot of sadness. But I also think that, at least what I've noticed from having seen so many people die so young, is that even when people kind of get older and they lose their faculties and maybe they become grouchy, they're very unpleasant because they're in pain right up to the end. For me, those memories have faded, and I remember those people. I remember the best of them. For me, my belief is that that's part of the atonement of Jesus Christ. When I picture those people now, I'm able to forget those bad memories, even though those were the ones that were most recent. When I remember my grandfather, despite that he became abusive and grouchy, and my uncle also the same thing towards the end of his life, I don't remember those things anymore. I remember the good. And it's my prayer that we all do the same. For you, Jerry, I hope you remember every good thing about your grandfather also. I hope that's what sticks around for you and for the rest of you too. So that's all I would add to that. So very good. Anybody else? Anything?
Amen.
All right. Thank you for those of you who tuned in. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening to A Positive Thought. If you stayed around, we appreciate you, and hopefully we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.